Get ready for a wild surprise, because we're about to witness 10 of the most dangerous animals in the world on the softer side. Like this giant reptile enjoying a back scrub and this Australian critter who just loves to hug. A pack of wolves. Wolves are dangerous because, let's be honest, they've got some serious teeth and claws going on. But that doesn't mean they can't be friendly to humans. Just like your Aunt Karen who loves her cats but can still be a bit feisty, wolves can have their moments too. It all depends on how they've been raised and their individual personalities. Anita had been away from the polar zoo for 2 months and she was eager to see her pack of wolves. She had raised them since they were cute little cubs and she missed them dearly. As she approached the enclosure, the wolves perked up and started to gather around her. They remembered her. Anita was ecstatic and she went in to play with them. The wolves were so happy to see her that they started to jump around and playfully nip at her clothes. Anyone else, that would have been friggin' terrifying. But for Anita, she was just happy and hugged him. Amy the bear. Bears are essentially just big fluffy tanks with claws and teeth and death, but they can run super fast, climb trees like it's nobody's business, and also have a sense of smell that puts bloodhounds to shame. In short, bears are really scary. But this bear seems to have not gotten that memo yet. Amy was a 370-pound Syrian brown bear living at a wildlife center in upstate New York. Despite her size, she was just a big old teddy bear at heart, pun fully intended. In a video that went viral, Amy could be seen playing with her handler while purring loudly. The purr might have sounded menacing, but in reality, it was a sign that Amy was happy and comfortable. Amy loved playing with her handler and would often roll around like a big old puppy. She was a favorite at the wildlife center, and visitors would often come just to see her. It's clear that bears, even the big ones like Amy, could have a gentle side. Might look fierce, but if you treat them with kindness and respect, they might just purr their way into your heart. Queen of the Pride. This clip shows a group of lions living at a privately owned wildlife park over in South Africa. Their handler, or Lasmi, had raised them since they were cute little cubs, and they clearly adored her. She's so comfortable around the big cats that she frequently interacts with them without fearing for her own safety. In fact, the lions were like big kitties, lazily napping on Lasmi's lap while purring contentedly. This behavior clearly shows that Lasmi has successfully integrated herself into the pride, and the lions view her as a dominant member of it. In fact, the lions were so well behaved that park officials even allowed visitors to interact with them. But of course, let's not allow this clip to distract ourselves from what lions truly are. Lions are fierce predators. They got sharp teeth and claws and a temperament to match, and they can make a meal out of just about anything they set their eyes on. Plus, they're pretty territorial, making this kind of behavior even more amazing. This just goes to show that a little TLC can turn even the kings of the jungle into loving companions. Maya the Jaguar. Jaguars are powerful, agile predators known for their exceptional hunting skills. With their muscular bodies, sharp teeth, and claws, they can take down prey much larger than themselves. However, if they are raised in captivity, they seem to turn into big pussycats. Meet Raphael and his furry friend Maya. This 175-pound feline may have a big appetite, but that's just because she knows how to indulge in the finer things in life, like organic turkey, fish, beef, deer, and wild boar. Not human, though. To keep Maya in tip-top shape, Raphael takes her on daily walks and even brings her along to his favorite restaurants. Just make sure to sit a safe distance from her. They also love to visit the local park, where Maya can stretch her legs and take a dip in the river. When they're not out and about, Raphael and Maya love to play together. Think of it like a big cat version of WrestleMania. And hey, when it's time for some rest and relaxation, Maya has her own custom enclosure built right into the hillside of Raphael's home. Aggie the polar bear. You got what it takes to swim with polar bears? No? Well, this guy certainly does. Mark Dumas, also known as the Grizzly Man, is a fearless polar bear handler from British Columbia. Mark has a special bond with 16-year-old female polar bear Aggie, the world's largest land predator, who he trains for high-budget TV adverts and movies. Mark's bond with Aggie is so close that they even go swimming together in his pool and have watery cuddles. He can be seen wrestling on the grass with Aggie, giving her bear hugs and even putting his head in her huge jaws. Aggie lived in Mark and his wife Dawn's home as a cub, where she played with their dogs and was bottle-fed. This unique relationship just goes to show that love can conquer all, even the world's biggest predator. Bottlefed Hippo. Never ever put your hand close to a wild hippo's mouth. Should be self-explanatory, but you still got no idea why, you just gotta hear me out. Hippos may look like adorable giant water pigs, but trust me, ain't nothing like that. These semi-aquatic beasts are responsible for more human deaths in Africa than any other large animal. Jaws are so powerful they can snap a crocodile in half. Guess what? Crocs are tougher than you. Not Jessica, though. She's very different. Unlike other hippos who have a bit of an attitude, Jessica was separated from her mother at a young age and was taken in by a lovely couple, Tony and Shirley. Even though she's 13 years old now, she still drinks from a bottle. Who wouldn't want to be babied like that? Thanks to a process called imprinting, Jessica sees Tony and Shirley as her parents. This makes her the most loving hippo you'll ever meet. Get this, not even kept locked up in a pen. She enjoys going on wild excursions and coming back to her loving family. So if you ever come across a hippo, remember that Jessica is the exception to the rule, and don't try to give it a bottle. Fergie the Fox. 2015, the Parker family came across a cute baby fox in need of some serious TLC. And being the compassionate critter lovers they are, they decided to do something about it. They founded the Greener Pastures Sanctuary in Waroona, Australia, a sprawling 100-acre paradise for animals in need of a second chance. Foxes have had a rough go of it in Australia. They're actually considered vermin, but when the Parker family stumbled upon a cute little fox in need of some love, they knew they had to step in. They named him Fergie, no relation to the Black Eyed Peas, we can only assume, and it seemed like fate was smiling on them when their daughter Phoenix formed an instant connection with the little guy. Fergie the Fox is one adventurous critter. She loves nothing more than using Phoenix as her own personal jungle gym. We're talking clambering over her back and even perching on her noggin like a furry little hat. And while Fergie might be packing on the pounds, Phoenix doesn't seem to mind one bit. Fergie can be a little shy around other humans, but when she's with Phoenix, she's all chirps and giggles. It's like they have their own secret language that only they understand. And while we know foxes aren't meant to be house pets, we're so glad that Fergie found a loving home with the Parkers. Friendly alligator. Alligators don't look particularly friendly because they ain't. Not exactly known for their winning smile or sunny disposition, but let's face it, scaly beasts are pretty darn intimidating. Heck, with their razor-sharp teeth and death roll move, they're not exactly the kind of animal you'd want to invite to a tea party, unless you're serving up some raw meat. Given the right circumstances, though, they can be downright adorable. No, I didn't stutter. This big guy was caught on camera getting a little spa treatment, and he was all about it. Who needs fancy oils and lotions when you get a trusty brush to keep your scales looking slick? We know what you're thinking. Ain't gators supposed to be vicious, flesh-hungry beasts? And while it's true that some of these guys can be a bit, bitey, this particular gator seems to have a softer side. Maybe he's just a big softy in general who likes a good back scratch. Or maybe he's realized that he can catch more flies with honey than snapping jaws. Either way, loving this glimpse into the softer side of these fearsome reptiles. Curious elephant. If a wild bull elephant suddenly approaches your vehicle while you're out on a safari, you got something to worry about. The reason for that is, let's just say that bull elephants got a bit of a temper. They can be a bit like grumpy old men, but with giant tusks and the ability to crush cars. Sometimes the unexpected will happen, and some of these instances are captured on video for us to enjoy. This one here is a friendly giant. Wild bull elephant decided to join a group on safari at the Timbavati Private Game Reserve in South Africa. At first they were a bit nervous when the elephant approached, but it turned out he was just a curious critter looking for some leafy snacks. The elephant even gave their car a little nudge with its trunk to say hello. After checking out the scene, the elephant wandered off, leaving the group with an unforgettable wildlife encounter. And probably a stroke or two. The hugger. Ever encountered a kangaroo in the wild, you might have noticed that they're not exactly the cuddliest creatures around. Sure, they might look all cute and fuzzy from a distance, but get too close and you'll quickly realize that they're packing some serious heat. Metaphorically speaking, of course. First off, let's talk about them legs. Kangaroos are basically walking pogo sticks with some seriously beefy thighs that could probably crush a watermelon if they wanted to. And don't even get us started on those feet. Got some serious claws that could do some real damage if they ever felt so inclined. However, the real danger with kangaroo comes from their attitudes. These guys are known for being pretty darn feisty, and they ain't afraid to throw down if they feel threatened. This little guy, however, is totally different. He's a hugger. According to reports, this huggable kangaroo was rescued by some kind-hearted volunteers and taken to a sanctuary where he's been living his best life ever since. See you all next time!